Oh my gosh, what a wet morning. Well, I'm heading back up to the Northwoods camp. We got one more project to do before the winter sets in, and it's kind of a must do. It's about a 3.5 hour drive, but I've done it so many times that it seems like that I'm here. I'm glad we got this staining done when we did because it's been raining ever since. But we're going to have a break in the weather here in the next couple of days, and that's why I'm back up here. Because the next thing I got to do, I can't do if it's raining, and it has to get done before the snow flies. We're starting to get some blue skies. It's still raining a little bit. So I'm going to get unpacked, get something to eat, and then we'll show you what I got to do. I got to climb up on this roof. That old block chimney that's on this camp, the top is starting to deteriorate. So I've got to get up there and fix it. But this is a metal roof, and I'm going to say the pitch is somewhere between an 8-12 and a 10-12. And you know that climbing on a metal roof is not the easiest thing to do, especially when it's wet. And that's why I had to wait till it stopped raining and this roof is dried off some. And it is the afternoon now. The sun is out kinda, but I've got to get up on that roof and fix that chimney cap. So what I'm going to do today is get up there and try to fix the top of the block around the flue. But the problem is getting up on that roof. But I've got the secret weapon, and I wouldn't be able to do it without it. I'm going to get it out, get it set up, and I'll show you how it works. So I call this a peak hook. You attach this to the rungs of your ladder, and then you can slide your ladder up, hook this over the peak of the roof, and it makes it really easy to get up on your roof, especially a metal roof, especially a steep metal roof. It's actually the only way that you're going to get up on a steep metal roof is to use a peak hook. I'm going to set it up, I'm going to show you how it works, and we're going to go up there and look at that chimney, and I'm going to show you the issues that we're having. Let me get my ladder. So this is super easy to install. You put the bottom hook over one rung, and this bracket attaches to the rung above it to hold it all in place. Bracket on, tighten your wing nut up, and you have your peak hook all installed. So now that I got the peak hook on there, I'm going to go up there, slide it up the roof, and we're going to go up there and take a look at what is going on up there. The top of this chimney doesn't look very good. You can see that we got some issues with the block. Everything's tight. I noticed it when I was up here cleaning about a month ago. I said, I gotta fix that because there's holes in the block. It's pretty bad. It's not in very good shape. It's pretty much worn out. So maybe we can fix it and get a few more years out of it before I have to replace the top of this chimney. Doesn't look good. I brought concrete to pour the cap, but I didn't bring mortar to point things up. So I'll have to figure this out, what I'm going to do. Looks like it's been patched a number of times. Sometimes the simple fix is the best fix for something that's probably not going to last very long no matter what you do. And I think that's probably the direction I'm going to go. Short of replacing the block and the flue, yeah, that ain't happening. Okay. Okay, so last night, just before I went to bed, I went to use the water, and we didn't have any. So now I got to figure that out. So out here behind our camp, there is a mound of dirt, and in that mound of dirt is our well house that keeps it from freezing in the winter. In there is the well pump, and we're going to go in there and try to figure out what is going on. I don't know. You got to see this. There's all sorts of spiders in here. I can only assume that they're either black widows or brown recluse, because what else would they be? Well, the floor is very wet in here. What would that be? Look at that. Huh. Well, that could very well be the problem. Matter of fact, I'm 100% sure it is. It was just pumping all the water out onto the floor. Hopefully it didn't damage our pump. Well, I'm going to go start the generator. I'm going to turn the pump off in here because we do have the breaker. I'm going to turn the pump off, go start the generator, come back, turn the pump on and make sure the pump's at least running. All right, let's hope that this thing still works. I would say that's the issue. All right, we just got to see if we can't find a part to fix that with. If not, it's a trip to the hardware. Well, I don't have the piece to fix it, so I need to run to the hardware. And I think that I'm going to get some Type S mortar to repoint the top of the block chimney. I kind of changed my mind. You know, I woke up at 2:30 in the morning because I always wake up when I got things on my mind in the middle of the night. And I'm sure a lot of people do this. But I wake up in the middle of the night and start thinking about stuff. And so I've changed my mind on what I'm going to do with that block chimney. I am going to point it and then just put a small cap at the top. Of course, I woke up thinking about the water. We had the excavator guy come over yesterday. I didn't show that. We got to put in some drainage on the side of the camp. And I started thinking about that too. I realized the water line coming from our well pump and the electric line run right where they're going to dig. So now I've got to locate that. I've got to locate that, dig it up, so when they're digging across there, they know exactly where it is. I have to fix that water line that's spewing water all over the place. So I got a busy day ahead of me, and I got to pour the cap on the chimney. I got a busy day. I got to get going. All right, let's go. Heading to the hardware store. Okay, let's go. Okay, cool beans. We got it. I gotta get out of here before these spiders get me. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot of spiders. 6. There's a lot of big spiders in here. Lots of them. All right, the pressure's holding, so that was the only problem. Sweet, let's get out of here. All right, we got that taken care of. So now I gotta go dig and try to find where the water and the power line come into the camp. I got a pretty good idea where it is, and it's probably only down about 16, 18 inches. So we're gonna dig it up. So when the excavator comes here in a couple weeks, he doesn't tear it up. That would be a disaster. All right. So we're having drainage issues right in this corner of the camp. We have a drain crock over here that's plugged up. There's an old Orangeburg tile that comes out and daylight's on the edge of the driveway, and the excavator is going to come in and replace that. At the same time, all the rainwater from this side of the roof ends up right here, so this is always wet. So we're going to have them put a drain, like a French drain, right here and tie it into this line that's coming out of the crock. But our water line crosses that path, so I've got to find it, and I suspect it's right in the corner of the building. Shouldn't be down too far, 16 to 18 inches, because that's when you hit bedrock. Oh, that is such easy digging. Well, that didn't take long to find. That's not even down a foot. So it's obviously not below frost level, but bedrock's probably only about 4 inches more than that. So in the wintertime, we have to drain this system out and back to the well house. That was easy. Now we can start working on the chimney. So I'm just going to mix up a slurry of type S mortar with a little bit of fortifier in it and go up there and paint it on all the exposed surfaces that I want this mortar to adhere to. And the fortifier helps it stick. All right, I think that does it. Let that set just a little bit. I'm gonna go down and mix some more mortar with water and just a little bit of fortifier, but have it fairly thick so I can come up here and put this on. Now I'll probably have to, probably apply it with my hands. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Wire this bucket up so I don't have to hold on to it. How's that for being a little smarter? Anybody know what kind of bird that is? We're going to start giving this a little bit of a taper. Give a little water on there, it makes it easier to trowel. Well, it ain't pretty. It ain't perfect. But it's much better than it was. So I'll probably have to let this set. Let it set up good and hard. And whether I can get to it on this trip, probably not. But it's better than it was. And it won't deteriorate anymore. So I was down getting a drink, and all of a sudden this covey of quail came flying in. One of them almost hit me right in the head. I don't know where they came from. Someone must be raising them nearby, or someone must have released them nearby. I don't know who that would be because there's nobody nearby. But it was pretty cool to see. You don't see quail around here too much, if at all, unless someone's raised and released them. Okay. That's a odd position to be painting in, but it needs to get painted, and I got hopefully just enough to finish that up. Hard on the back. Good night. And good morning. So that was a productive couple days. We got the chimney repaired. We haven't got the cap on, but I'll have to get to that at some point. We got a little bit of staining done. We still have to stain the stairs. We got the whole back side of the camp to stain. But our weather windows are closing. We're getting more rainy days. And when the wood gets wet, you have to let it dry out before you can stain it. So we'll see. We'll get to it hopefully before the snow flies. But if not, we got next summer, next year. So yesterday, my son, my grandson, and I met some friends in a remote brook trout pond. It's a multi-mile hike, multi-mile paddle.
It's both chilly cold.
In a pretty remote area. A lot of beaver dams to cross. My grandson did great, and I would dare say that he is probably the youngest kid that's ever been back there. But he was a trooper. He loved every minute of it. And so did we. So it was an all-day trip. We hiked in a few miles, paddled a few miles, met our friends, fished, hung out, had some great conversations, and came out with them yesterday evening.
All right.
But it was a great trip. Great place to be. We love that area. So we got some more work to do here. Whether I'll get to it this fall or not, I don't know. So one of the biggest surprises was seeing that covey of quail fly in and land right next to me. That was pretty awesome. So thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll see you at the Northwoods Camp.